Richmond, Virginia. This is John, and I am here by my lonesome. Was busy packing up swords, and now I am ready to go live and answer any questions you might have. I am trying to figure out what is going on here with the YouTube. Yeah, so I have two streams going at once, YouTube and TikTok. So I'm gonna try to switch between them. And so if I don't get to your questions, I will do my best. Anyway, hope everyone is doing great tonight. What I have here in my hands is the Cloudhammer S5 Shock Steel Katana. This is the Surging Dragon, which has a blue leather handle. And it is made of S5 shock steel with that high mirror polish. S5 shock steel, for those of you who don't know, is basically meant for abuse. It can take a lot of punishment. You will see a video of Matt Jensen trying to bust S5 and has trouble with it. And then later you will see Shad Diversity on YouTube also trying to bust S5 and not succeeding, even though he is trying to smash it up against rock. Anyway, we have several S5 in stock. This is a higher end one here with cherry blossoms. This is the colored brass fittings on this side. Same thing. Oh, wait, I take it back. This is not S5. This is 1095 Krovan. Any double-edged katana blades? No, we do not have any double-edged katana blades. We are going to get some, actually. We have one, so not the entire length of it, but we do have some that are sharp in the top 1/3. Those are called kogurasu. Anyway, what is S5? S5 is shock steel. So it is a type of steel which is meant for basically using jackhammers. So anyway, if you could do me a favor and tap the screen a few times, if over here on the TikTok side, Super Steel Epic Stuff says hands and hammers. Hands and hammers. I'm getting a really dark look on this screen. So I don't know if if it's too dark for you guys over on YouTube. But anyway, this is 1095 Krovan. This is your chance to get a Cloudhammer 3-color polish with a Choji Hamon for under $500. It is a really pretty sword. 1095 Krovan is what K-Bar uses for bayonets. And it is, once again, a very pretty sword. Cloudhammer does some really cool stuff. This is another one of Cloudhammer's higher end swords. This is called the Scarlet Tide. You can see it has a copper tsuba, copper kurigata, copper kojiri here. Out of curiosity, if YouTube people can tell me, is it dark for you guys? Is it as dark for you as it is for me? You can see here that it has a Choji Hamon. Hey, Josh Diver. Laws Long has not come in yet. Hey, Lauren Wagner. Hope you are doing great. Lauren, I think I know which little mini sword you want, but I will look into it. How can you tell how old a katana is? It really depends. If you're looking at antique katana, then experts will be able to tell you. I am not one of them. Antique katana are very difficult to look at. Hey, Chad. And it is a little dark. Interesting, because on my side here, the TikTok is super bright versus the YouTube is very dark. So I am sorry to the YouTube people if it is dark over here. I'm not sure. Oh, here's a brightness thing. Let me see if I can make an adjustment with the brightness. No filter, blush, pop. Let's try pop. I don't think the filter is doing anything for TikTok there, or for YouTube there. Nope. Okay, anyway, nice furniture on that one. Yeah, I think so too, Trevor Payne. Hey, Steve Krolax. For once again, if it is really dark on YouTube, I apologize. This is the first time using the phone over here. So Lauren, is this the mini that you wanted? So for those of you who are on YouTube, this is the one that one of my friends who works at a local hangout, one of my local hangouts, she came in the other day and was checking this out. Don't know if this is the one. How much do they run? Big Deer Energy, Big D Energy? The one that I was holding up earlier, the Scarlet Tide, is 925, is a little more on the expensive side. Hey, Jill. Jill, I sent out your stands, by the way. Not dark for you. Okay, that's good to know, Bad Wolf. Favorite anime katana? I would have to say that would be, my favorite anime katana is probably Rengoku. Still want a replacement for my last one. Josh, if you don't mind not having a Cloudhammer, we got some pretty cool ones in, Josh. So if you're okay with the T10 clay tempered sword, then, for example, we have the Death Turtle, or actually the Sea Turtle. They all call it the Death Turtle, but I just call it the Sea Turtle. But check out that turtle on the Kashira there. There you are for YouTube. And the Tsuba, it has a green rayskin saya, blue. Check out the Hamon on this one. So Josh, this is very similar to the Hamon that you had chosen in the past. Once again, on YouTube here, let me know if it's too dark, because at least on my side, it's really dark. And then Josh, here's another one that's similar to the Cloudhammer that you had checked out. Once again, this is T10 clay tempered. You can see it has that same tsuba that you had before. And it also has that Tsunami Hamon. For For those of you who are on YouTube, there you can see the white brass there. All right. Good evening, all. Hey, Celtic Knight, that looks awesome. Thank you. I love that one. Surprised you still have it. Yeah, tell me about it. Once again, if you can tell me if it's too dark, because at least on my side, it's super dark. I can't see a thing. Let's see, catching up over here. Can we see budget? Can we see Longest Day in Chang'an? Longest Day in Chang'an. For those of you who don't know, this is a Cloudhammer sword, and it comes from a drama about a convict, I believe. And so he's forced to use this short sword. It's an SX-105 V blade, Tang Dynasty style, so it's single-edged until you get to the end where it becomes double-edged. A little dark, but okay, says Sepia. Okay, thank you. Hey, Steve. What makes the Scarlet Tide expensive? It's W2 cable steel, it's Toji Hamon, it is genuine Japanese silk, and has pure copper fittings. Would the writing on the handle say so? John Wolfe, you can never trust the writing on the tang. Definitely want to talk to an observer, like someone who's an expert on that, which is not me. I can see the Hamon pretty good on your end. If that's the case, Daniel B., it must work really well. It seems like it gets dark when you are closer, but it brightens when you are further away. Okay, anyway, my screen will do that watching live sometimes. Do you have any Shashka? We sold out of the Shashka. Kingfisher got it. Let's see. Hey, Cook, I must have missed you. Do you have Zoro's Katana with you? If you think I could see, please. Sure. We can go show you some Zoro Katana. We are out of Shusui, though. Shusui is sold out for a while. Actually, we do have some Shusui with a non-colored blade because they screwed up. Well, actually, I screwed up the order. So here is Waruichi Monji. For those of you who like One Piece. Sandai Kitetsu. We're waiting on Nidai Kitetsu. We're supposed to get Nidai Kitetsu sometime, but I still have yet to see it. Amin Habakiri. I'm saying all these names even though I actually have never watched all of One Piece. I've only watched like the first 3 episodes. Everyone always asks for Emma. Here's Emma. I watched the live action. Yubashiri. All right. Let's see. Hello, Shui? I can't see. It's so dark. I cannot see YouTube at all. I am really sorry about that. Let's see. How old? Do you have any weapons that my stepson would be afraid of? He keeps calling me a doo-doo boy. I think any weapons, dude. How much and what steel is it? The turtle one. The turtle one is a T10 clay tempered one. Lauren, I do not plan to stop by your workplace tomorrow. I plan to be there on Wednesday, maybe Thursday morning. Do you have the Zoro Katana with you? I just mentioned it. Those were Cloudhammer. Joe, the ones I was just showing, those with the ray skins, those are Phoenix Arms. Is Mini Katana legit? I mean, they sell okay stuff. I think my main issue with Mini Katana is they spread a lot of misinformation. Any orange ones? We do have this one, which is kind of orangey. I'm actually a big fan of this one. It has a brown wrap, has the square copper tsuba. There you can see it on YouTube. And then the saya is kind of an orangey brown. This is actually pretty cool. Let's see if it can catch the light. You can see this is stepped Damascus. Now, for those of you who don't know, Damascus is not a typical way of making swords, Japanese swords, but a lot of people do it just because they look cool. And you can find these all on rvakatana.com, which is our website. Let's see. Can you point me in the right direction for a combat-ready multi-purpose sword that won't break the bank? Thought Detective, I would go ahead and I would highly recommend, if you have a $200 budget, to get the Moritaka Vortex. The Moritaka Vortex is kind of our beginning practitioner sword. We have several versions. This is the really popular one right now, which is the red, or I think it's called the Crimson Sakura or Crimson Cherry. But look under Vortex on our website, rvakatana.com. It is a 9260 spring steel sword. It does come with and without a bohi. So if you're looking to practice EI, then a bohi is nice because you can oftentimes hear the tachikaze. Without a bohi is better if you are cutting because there is a little less drag and a little more mass. But the Moritaka Vortex. So we have it in blue, black, purple, red, brown, green. So several colors on the Moritaka Vortex. How long is the sword? Uesugi Kenshin. If you're talking about the longest day in Chang'an, I think it's like a wakizashi length, maybe a little bit between wakizashi. I'm not exactly sure. I would like to see some pictures of mine to see if you could give me some info on. Sure, Wayne, send me some pictures, rvakatana@gmail.com. I want to get for someone like a Christmas gift. You can only do that. We have $70 swords, the gold plum. So if you're on a budget, $70. We do have some bleach swords, the Zangetsu. Can you point me in the right direction? I already mentioned that one. Writing this down right now, awesome. The most expensive sword we have here are some antiques that are about 500 years old. Can I see a wide blade nodachi? We don't really have any wide blade nodachi. All our nodachi are about 34. Do you sell handout for sword? I'm not sure what you mean. Most expensive is some antiques. Any chance no Elden Ring? Sorry. To deliver to Pennsylvania is 2 to 3 days. All right, sorry, I'm going to catch up over here. Can you show Rurouni Kenshin Sakabato? Yes, I can do that. Sorry about that, YouTube. I was just catching up with TikTok because I have 2 cameras going at once. Here's the Sakabato. We oftentimes have this in T10, but we are sold out of T10. So right now, this is only an MN65. And so you can see the cutting edge is on the inside curve. It's kind of scary if you're used to doing like standard noto. You can really stab yourself or slice yourself if you're not careful. So always be careful with swords. Let's see. Hi, John. Do you happen to have any tanto blades that you can show us? Yes. Sorry. And once again, I'm trying to get over here. We have the Great Wall of Tanto, I call it. And this is a question asked on YouTube, so I'm going to give them a little bit of priority. Here's one of my favorites. I just love this tsuba. So check out that tsuba there. Got this. It's not ray skin. It looks like ray skin on the camera, but it's not. Check out the Hitatsura Hamon on this one. Gorgeous Hitatsura. Let's see. I am a big fan of Hitatsura Hamon. One of the cool things on Tanto is that the quality control, not the quality control, what's the word I'm looking for? The fail rate on interesting Hamon on Tanto is very low because it's a shorter blade. So they experiment a lot. I bet a lot of the smiths practice on Tanto to get really nice Hamon, practicing different types of Hamon. Check out the polish on this one, on folded steel. This is one of our cooler, nicer ones. Hello, Chin Hobby Toys. Let's see, what are the price range? Our Tantos start at $80 and go up to the like $400 to $500 range. Hey, Samurai Bird, I just saw you there. My bad, I'm sort of scrolling back. All right, caught up with all the comments on YouTube. Let me show you yet another one. This is one of my favorite Tanto because I'm a big fan. I've become a big fan of ray skin. I didn't used to be a fan of ray skin, but now I am. Check out that Hitatsura Hamon on this guy. It's gorgeous. Anyway, let's see. Would it get here before the 23rd? Yeah, Chino. Well, let me clarify that everything is a little slower because it's Christmas season, but to Pennsylvania, most likely to get there in 2 to 3 days. Hey, Jesse, Voodoo, I don't know if you asked a question or not. I just scrolled forward. Crap. Sorry. Oh, he just said, hey. Can I see the bleach swords? This thing is really loose. Here is one of the bleach swords. This is stuck. This is, I think this is the Zangetsu. I haven't watched Bleach either. I'm really not an anime person. We just carry anime swords because people like them. And we're kind of like, whatever gets you into swords, we're happy with it. So we also have the white Bleach, we have Captain Aizen, and we have Rukia as well. Any collector items? And where are you guys located? We're located in Richmond, Virginia, and I don't know, what do you mean by collector items? Let's see. Do you have Ninjato? Yes, we do. I'm going to come over here and I'll show you one of our common ones. This is the black spring steel Ninjato, square tsuba. Mind you that Ninja didn't actually use these swords. They basically took katana and cut them down so you could fight in narrow confines. So the whole idea of a straight ninja sword is a complete fabrication. At least that's what I've been told. If you are getting one that would be a sword that won't need to be replaced, not concerned with. Any washing pole swords? Yes. Check out that giant Odachi up there. That one is 120 centimeter blade length, so that's about 4 feet long. Practical sword, we have several. If you were looking into practical swords, Neath, then Cloudhammer, Dragon King, and Moritaka are our practical grade swords. Any collector items? I don't know what you mean by collector items. No handles for swords out of their own. Let's see. Do you have any swords with butterflies as a theme? I do. I'm glad you asked. We have 2. So here's one. Check out the butterflies on the saya. And this has just a basic T10 clay tempered tsuba or hamon there. And this one is called the purple. I think the purple butterfly. This one Scott named the Dream Flight. Check out the tsuba on this one. It's a really pretty sword, I think. I can't remember. Oh yeah, this has kind of like a choji style hamon to it. It's a really pretty hamon on it. Also polished to bring that out. This one, I believe, is $475 versus this one, I think, is $300 for butterfly swords, butterfly theme swords. Can I see the Cloudhammer Functional Damascus Jan, though it might be mislabeled, and really a Dao Cloudhammer Functional Damascus? We have a few like that, Chad, but I'm going to set this down here, and this is super loose. I'm going to spin it around and tighten it down a little bit. Sorry about that, people. Hopefully not making you too dizzy. I'm going to assume you mean this one, Chad, because this one is kind of, oh no, this is a Jan. It is a functional Damascus. In fact, I think this is a Sanmai Damascus. That's one Cloudhammer. Here's another Jan. This is heavy. 350 on. This is a Tang Dynasty style Jan, but with a double tip, stabbing tip. I kind of like this geometry. I think this is such a cool geometry on a sword. Let's see. Is D10 good for steel swords? I don't know what D10 is. I'm not familiar with D10. We do not sell handles. If Tamahagane isn't a decent metal, why does it cost so much? Because it's very difficult to make and takes a lot of expertise. We do have several double-edged swords, both European and Chinese, not a lot in terms of Japanese. I want to buy a sword. Which one should I buy for the first time? That depends on what your budget is. Meeting up with Mark Kesevich tomorrow. He runs the Orlando Sword Show. Awesome, Steve. Let's see. Swordman. I just bought 650 €. I saw that. How old is my oldest sword? The oldest one in here is about 500 years old. Oh, that Dreamflight sword is sweet. Thanks. I'll have to see. Awesome. Might be the one above the last one. So this one. Okay, sorry about this to YouTube people. I will catch up with you there. That Claymore is looking good. Awesome. Samurai Bird. What was Samurai Bird saying? He's one of my favorite people. How does 65 MN and T10 compare in performance-wise? 65 MN is the Chinese version of 1566. It is a spring steel, so the edge retention isn't going to be as good as T10, but its durability will be better. So that is to say, it takes a lot more to damage a 65 MN compared to a T10. It'll have more spring to it. T10, when you clay temper it, any sword that when you clay temper it is more likely to bend instead of bend. Let's see. Above that one, that is the one above that one is the longest day in Chang'an, Kenshin. Could you show the Batosai, Hitokiri Batosai? Yes, we can do that. Sorry about the wait. We have several of those in stock. Big fan of that. Everyone likes these swords because of the tsuka on it. Pardon my language. Check out the curve on that ska. It's like a massive ska. I really want to cut with one to see what it feels like, but we've been really bad about cutting. Hey, Wayne Young. Let's see. Oh, looks like I'm caught up. Noah, you all have some of those beautiful blades ever. Well, we don't rate with Japanese swords. Jacob Hoos, long time no see. Most of these blades are meant to give and break where you can still fix them. Is that right? Meant to give and break. I'm not sure what you mean by the bears. Yeah. This one also has a really pretty temper line. Let's see if I can catch the light so you can see it. All you can see is the grime on it. Sorry about that. But it does have a really pretty clay temper line. You can see better pictures at RVAKatana.com. Nope, none of our swords are free, Gritty, Ohio. But if you want a wooden sword, we have wooden Demon Slayer swords for $35 right now, and if you get 3, they're 25 each. So we have several of these Demon Slayer and one-piece wooden swords here. They're kind of fun because they're super lightweight, so you can have fun like drawing and then sheathing them again if you wanted to, right? I'm gonna push this back a little bit. Sorry, that's my face up close. So yeah, so these are like wooden Demon Slayer swords, and you can do all kinds of interesting things with them. I got the T10 Sea Dragon on the way. Dark Jedi Lance, if it's the one I think it is, I think we haven't shipped it yet. I think it's in my car right now. If you place an order after Saturday afternoon, most of the orders are going out tomorrow. Fancy moves. Not really. I'm not that. It's kind of fun to play around with, but I'm not particularly good at it. Anything not for sale, just way cool to sell. Let's see. Looks like I am caught up over here, but definitely trying to figure out what is going on with YouTube and why it's so dark for me. So I'm really sorry about that, YouTube people, if it's dark. Yeah, it says it's still in Richmond. Dark Jedi Land. So tracking says it's in Richmond, then it might already be to you, especially if it's USPS. Where's the store located? Richmond, Virginia. It's cool. You know how to underhand Noto. Oh, I'm not that good. You know, it's kind of interesting. That's just the whole spin flip. And so, yeah. What's the most expensive blade? The most expensive blade we have is down here in this case. We have two 500-year-old swords. We actually have one in my house that's a little more expensive, a Kinoto. Any consideration of using a sword in freezing temperatures? Yes. Godzilla guy brings up a good question. Cold temperature is bad for swords. You know, basically, the lower the temperature, the less, like once it gets below freezing, then a sword's durability drops. And that's why in Japan, or actually in Manchuria during World War II, they developed a special formula using railway. They used railway steel because it was more durable in the cold. And that's also why guns will malfunction more in cold weather as well, partially. Got to go, enjoyed stopping by for it. Oh, cool, Jacob. I didn't realize you would come by. Can I see it? Nodachi. I can do that. Let's see. So we have 34-inch Nodachi on the top. They're made of MN65. We have 3 left. Oh, it's long. These are 34-inch ones made of 65 MN. So spring steel, it's kind of nice because, you know, with Nodachi, there are a lot of forces. There's a lot more rotational, or what is it? Angular momentum is the word I'm looking for. And so spring steel is less likely to bend or break compared to a T10 clay tempered one. But we also have T10 clay tempered ones as well. That's if you're going for the looks. But I recommend if you were going to cut, then get a spring steel Nodachi. Can you show me the Yamato sword from Devil May Cry 3? We have one version of that. DMC3. Where is it? Here. Devil May Cry 3. It's a T10. I don't know if you can see the Hummel line here, but it is a T10 clay tempered blade. What guns malfunction in the cold? I heard about muddy water affecting some, but not coldness. I'm thinking about like during World War II, like the Germans, when they were invading Russia, they were having trouble with their guns. What katana has the sharpest edge? Couldn't tell you. We have over 500. Let's see. Good point. I was thinking of moving Hokkaido for my swords to last longer, but weather-wise, I would assume cold weather doesn't rust the blade. It's more about moisture than cold. The Devil May Cry sword you have looks pretty sweet online. Well, we have another one. This is actually the more common Devil May Cry. This is from DMC5. I haven't played either of the video games, so I don't know a whole lot about them, except apparently Virgil can stop time when he slams it back into the scabbard. This one is pretty cool. Check out this hamon here. It has a choji hamon. This is a standard length blade, 27.5 inches. We also have a Cloudhammer 9255 steel sword up here. And this one is longer. I don't know if you can tell, but this one is a giant sword. I am 6 feet tall, so let me turn this over a little bit so you can get a better view. But you can see this is a 35-inch long blade. So this is and also being spring steel, it's better for cutting. We have 3 of these left. Cloudhammer sent us 7 of them, and we sold 4 already. One guy bought 2. Let's see. The Sekiro one looks amazing. Sad it sold out so fast. We do have the Kusabi Maru. We do have the green Kusabi Maru wrap here. This is the only Sekiro sword that we have in stock, though we are getting some more. Not sure when, but hopefully soon. Let's see. Can perhaps say, if true, Japanese eBay Nihonto sellers usually sell blades that aren't very popular or wanted in Japan itself. Yeah, if you go, so yes, number one, Nihonto are not super popular in Japan right now. There was a brief resurgence during Tokenranbu when it came out because a lot of women were getting into collecting swords. But then generally speaking, the younger generation isn't interested in swords. And so there are so many swords in Japan, like millions of swords in Japan. And so a lot of them are passed down in families, and eventually the collector dies or the family heirloom, gets passed on and somebody doesn't want it, so they sell it. So there's a glut of supply, especially for not necessarily great swords. And so those are oftentimes what the eBay sellers. They're basically, when all the high-end dealers have decided they don't want a sword, then somehow they end up in the hands of the lower-end eBay sellers. And so you can get a sword for pretty cheap. And so, and to me, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm much more interested in the age and the history. I don't need a sword made by Masamura or Masamune or Muramasa or anything like that. So there's that. Just curious, is thorough cleaning necessary when using your hand as a guide rail according to Iaido sheathing procedure? Yeah, I would say yes, because the oils in your skin can corrode the polish. So yeah, that's why when I put it back, I don't do that, except with the wooden swords, because then I have to clean them and it's kind of annoying. All right, gonna catch up with TikTok here. Sorry about that. Any of the blade manufacturers make kitchen knives as well? None of mine. Who is the best craftsman of all time? Probably, that's hard to say. I'm gonna go with Howard Clark, actually. Any idea when the shipment from my Tutsuba comes in? I think they're on the way, Chad. Let's see. Oh, the Ruger, I think you're right. Political dissident. I don't know if you're still on right now because it's been a hot minute, but there are the stories. This is what the Sambo people told, because I used to train with some people who practice Sambo. And what they said was that during the I think it was Leningrad, and I think that's where the German army got bogged down in the winter, was that these Sambo practitioners would go out in loincloths and like negative God knows what temperature, whatever it gets over there, with just knives, because the guns weren't working. The gun oil was like locking up, and so the guns wouldn't work. And so there were these Russians going through the camps. Anyway, that's what the Sambo people tell. Who knows if it's a true story or not? Did you get your new Sun and Moon? No, I did not, Ian Wolf. Let's see. How much would rail steel sword cost? Hard at Work, if you're still here, we have one from World War II that is $1,100 from World War II, 1943. Will you get One Piece Shisui back in stock? Yes, just I don't know when. Big Papa, long time no see. Let's see. Are they heavy? About 2 pounds. Can we hear one sing? I don't want to humiliate myself, so let me find one with a bogey. Let me find one that I know is going to sing. This is one of my favorites, just because it's such a deep sword. I love deeply curved swords. Check out that scorpion just pops off the tsuba. And put the tsuba down. This one is easy to sing. That's why I chose it, because I didn't want to embarrass myself. But this one will sing for sure. Let's see. Best one I have? Best for what? Apologies for not getting on Discord. No worries, Big Papa. Good luck with the new job. Is spring steel sharper than other steel options? Spring steel does not have as good an edge retention as some other ones. Once again, sharpness is hard to say which one's sharp, because there's like manufacturing I can't think tolerances. So it's really hard to say which one is specifically sharper, but it's not that important as much as edge retention. Honest opinion, what would the hilt of a trailer park samurai look like? I'm not going to be judging. Do we carry W2 Gunto swords? We have exactly one. We had 3, but I decided I don't want to carry Gunto anymore. It's just not my thing. Kind of a little bit of bad juju around them, in my opinion. Long day at work, another coming tomorrow. Good night, Jill. John, I know you hate to sell that sword, but are you still going to send me the close-ups? Oh, shit. I forgot. I was sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. I forgot to do that, Chad. I will keep on prodding me. Can you carry a sword in public in Japan? No, you cannot. Or at least you have to have a permit and keep it all sealed up, is my understanding. I want to buy one that is very sharp edge. I'm not sure which I should choose. Once again, I couldn't tell you which one's the sharpest. We have over 500 different types of swords here. I believe they carry various older Shinken, with some being MPTHK. Yes, this is true, Papa. Not a whole lot, though. Can you show the Yamato sword? I just showed it, but I do not mind showing it again because I love looking at the blade. Here is the the T10 clay tempered one for $325. Standard length, 27 inches. And then I will show you the 35-inch one. And YouTube, I will get to your questions in a minute. Here is the long 35-inch long one. This is made of 9255 spring steel, no hamon, but much more durable than the clay tempered one. Love the look of highlights of that Connor. Let's see. I remember hearing stories about, yeah. Are you familiar with the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Yeah. Is that story based on a real sword? No. The Tuning Tin, the Green Destiny, is not a real sword. John, do you have any more Cloudhammer 35mm Beast? We have one 35mm which has a secondary bevel. It's an SX105V, meaning which is a very durable steel. Where is it? It is somewhere around here, but I am not seeing it. Yeah, oh, here it is. So this is the 35 millimeter wide cloud hammer. You can see how wide that blade is compared to some of the other ones. This has a secondary bevel, so if you hold it up to the light, you'll see the edge gleams, and that's because it has a secondary bevel. This is a U sword. We did cut some bamboo with it. We did cut some lumber with it. So it's usually $575, and it is $500 right now. It's called the End of Times Katana on our website. The 2 sword, is it a stamp blade or no? Big Papa, the World War II sword we have here is a railway steel forged blade, and it is signed. D-Rock, hello, come on, okay. What's the biggest project you had with a sword? Project? Not sure what you mean. What state am I in? State of confusion, but also Virginia. Hey buddy, did you ship my dragon out yet? Not sure, old school, which one you ordered. You have to tell me a little more than that. We can carry Hanwei swords. We don't actually have many here, Big Papa, but we can get them because we're a dealer for Hanwei. Favorite, it varies. I mean, favorite changes every day. I just showed the Yamato. If you wanted a sword that could take a beating and still hold up, what would you go with? S5 shock steel. Okay, going back to YouTube here. Sorry about that for the wait. I think the Choji is mineral oil with clove for the smell. Yes. We actually have some of that in stock now. Man. It is so dark on, let me see if I can brighten this up a little bit. I seriously have the hardest time seeing on this phone here. And once again, this is my first time going live on it, but it is so freaking dark. Samurai Bird says, I'm waiting on Skyjiro, then I gotta buy another L6 from Sword. I need help getting another cloud hammer, preferably S5 Unokubi sounds nice. So Samurai Bird, S5, there is gonna be an S5 Unokubi coming in, but it's gonna be long. It's an 80 centimeter long blade with a 40 centimeter long ska. But those are the only S5 Unokubi that are coming in for a while. L6 from Murasame. Sweet Bird, yep, let's see. I know it's currently sold out, but are there any blade types you wouldn't recommend sharpening with a ceramic stone? I heard sharpening katana is particular. So the pink sharpening thing, that's more for like a here and now quick and dirty way of sharpening. It's not it's fine if you're using modern day swords. Do not use it on an antique. Antiques should be polished to sharpness. Your video feed here in YouTube is all right. It's not dark. It must be dark on my side because I have a hard time reading anything that's coming up here. Order a set of water stones and learn on a cheapo. Yeah, we have plenty of cheapos too. For your S5 longsword, will there be different types of blades and fittings? No, it's basically one type of blade and one type of fittings. Let's see. All right, going to try to catch up over here with TikTok. Sorry. Let's see. What's fighting styles called when you place the bottom of your sword against your right palm? Bottom of the sword against the right palm. I can't think of how that would be. Consider a trade on the Sanmai Tangjian for that Nihonto Wakazashi. Oh, chat, I totally forgot about. I'm definitely okay on trading the SX105V if you want that. The SX105V, Chad, I can do that. The Sanmai, probably not. Oldest one we have here is 500 years old. Yeah, Hanwei has some pretty amazing stuff. Hanwei also used to have a railway steel one, but I don't think they make that anymore. If my wife named T10 Silver Dragon, oh, okay, the T10 Silver Dragon to Jenny Lou, I shipped that today. There was no email on it, so you didn't get an email thing. There was only a phone number for the Silver Dragon, but I did ship that today. Have you seen the Citadel Ocean? No, I have not seen any Citadel. Actually, I did see one Citadel sword that John Smicka brought in. I have an original Kami Shinto. Ooh, nice. The 500-year-old one's kind of hard to reach right now. Let's see. The Sanmai is listed cheaper than the SX105V. That's a mistake then, Chad. It shouldn't be. I need to double check the price there. The SX105V should definitely be more less expensive than the Sanmai. The Sanmai should be a little more up there. So that might be a copy and paste mistake. So I will have to check into that. Let's see. Do you mind showing a few Tanto or Wakizashi? Yeah, we can do that. The Sanmai is 450. The SX105 should be 452, I think, right? Here are our Daisho sets. So if you want to look at our Wakizashi, this is where they would be. Here is, we call this the minty one because it looks minty. Has a T10 clay tempered blade. Does RVA Katana ship to the Netherlands? Yes. And we do accept PayPal. Yes, we do. And sorry, it is very hard for me to see the YouTube feed here. It's so dark. I need to adjust my phone, but I'm not sure exactly how without, turning the thing off. I mean, I probably could, but it would take some time. So let's see. What was that other question? Iaito. Yes, we do have Iaito. Stainless steel ones. I meant the bottom of the handle against your right palm with the facing blade horizontal. So the bottom? I can't picture what you mean. I'm sorry. Let's see. SX105V is 525. Chad, I need to look into that. Because technically a Sanmai sword should be about in the $500 to $600 range. And the SX105V is probably more in the $500 range. But I need to double check that. I'm guessing the Sanmai was a copy error. Steel healing from a bad fall 2 years ago. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I thought you fell again, Bird. I hope not. Let's see. Ooh. It's closing in on 9:30, so I'm going to be shutting down fairly soon. But definitely check out our website, rvakatana.com or cloudhammerforge.com. Chad, send me a reminder, and I will look into number one, the Sanmai, and number two, the long, straight Morohazukuri. I think they mean when you put the sword back in the sheath. On your waist, bro, he is talking about the root Noro Zoro move. I'm not sure what that means. Are you able to get a different saya for a sword? It depends, Sam. Send me a message and we can figure it out. Steve is right. Buy it before I screw up. Recently sent, I believe, Wind and Thunder in Nambokuto. Thank you. Can't wait to cut something. Oh yeah, that Silver Dragon cuts really well. We don't have the sword from Hook. One Piece. I've only watched a little bit of One Piece. Once was enough, John. Yeah, right? Don't fall more than once, Bird. Don't hurt yourself. By the way, people, Bird does some amazing wraps. He showed me some pictures of some of the wrapping he does if you need your sword rewrapped. And he sharpens like crazy. He had sharpened this one sword that eventually got sent back to me, and that thing was like a razor. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. Which sword would you use in combat? I would go for an S5 shock steel sword. So from a Cloudhammer S5. So that would be one of these over here. We actually have several different ones, but I'm going to go with the gold. Where's the gold Surging Dragon? Is this it? No, this is the gold fire, but it's also, we have one that has an oval bevel. So it's like super tough, but I don't know what happened to the, oh, here it is. This is the Surging Dragon. This one, I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to hold it up. I don't know if you can see the reflection or not, but you'll see towards the edge that it curves. So that is a Niku bevel. So it has like a rounded edge. And so that makes it gives it better edge retention. It's not as good for like Tameshigiri if you're trying to cut through a target, but it's good for just beating the smack out of something. It's just a really nice, excellent edge retention sword. So this is the only rounded bevel we have here right now. Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, we do have that. Whom for wraps? PM, please. That's Samurai Bird, Big Papa. Samurai Bird. He's over on my other phone over here on YouTube. So Samurai Bird, there's a Big Papa who needs a sword rewrapped. So he's looking for your information, Samurai Bird. Samurai Bird, if you want to give me your email address, I can recite it over here for Big Papa. Also, there's Rob at Rewraps and Ryan Matthews. They both do wrapping. All similar pricing. Here's Tanjiro sword. Tanjiro second sword with Rengoku Tsuba. Do you have katana recommendation for a kendoka that has a lot of bang for its buck? Yeah, I mean, it really depends what you're looking for. Is that rie? I'm having a hard time seeing it because the screen is so dark. But yes, we do. Depends on what your budget is and what you're looking for. We definitely have a lot of cool swords. I can no longer do Tsukamaki. Do I have any Masamura blades? No. Hey, Adon. Favorite sword from pop culture? I'm gonna go with Longclaw, Jon Snow's sword. Can't find the name of the style. It's like a dragon Ishin. 1000 Demon Dagger. We have it. 1000 Demon Dagger blade. All the Demon Slayer swords, right there. Let's see. Isn't that the 12-inch Ska S5 Surging Dragon? So the 12-inch Ska S5 is the blue one. It's the blue wrap. Torn between whether I should buy the Jingum or the Moritaka Vortex. I would go with the Vortex, really. It's going to be much more durable than the Jingum. The Jingum is a Hirazakuri, so it's a very thin blade. It's not going to be as tough as the Vortex. But once again, it depends on what you want to do. The Korean Jingum is a great mat cutter. Great mat cutter. We had tons of fun cutting mats with it. I didn't get to make fun of you yesterday about the Steelers losing. Songbird Samurai, correct? Do you have the Golden Fire Dragon? The Golden Fire Dragon, if it's what I think it is, it's this one. I just love how the dragon pops off the tsuba. It's very three-dimensional. And it has a really cool hamon to it as well. I think this is the one you're asking about, the Golden Fire Dragon. We don't have a Kill Bill katana. Zenitsu? I didn't like Zenitsu. I know everyone likes Zenitsu. I don't like Zenitsu. He annoys the crap out of me. How do you feel about Sanemi's sword? All I know is that when we pack it, the tsuba always like bites through the box. Plus, I didn't like Sanemi either because he stabbed Nezuko. I really don't like Sanemi. Can you explain the difference between an acute edge and an obtuse edge? Acute edges are better for like soft cutters. Obtuse edges are better for like, I don't think there's officially an obtuse one, but a wider profile is better for harder targets. Let's see. Do you have the White Tiger? I do. White Tiger is one of my favorites. Where is it? See, I said I was going to go, but people keep on asking to see swords, so. Sorry. Has a gorgeous Choji Hamon on that. All right, let's see. Coming back to here. Hi, John. Can we look at the sword you mentioned the last live with Scott? Pizza box. I'm not sure which one that was. Can you give me a little more detail? Hello. I think it's William Stockton. YouTube, I'm really sorry because my screen is so dark. I'm having a hard time reading the comments. I need to fix that, but I'm not sure how to do that without actually going offline for a minute. First Moon Demon Sword. I'm not sure what that is. How much for the White Tiger? It's $450. Yeah, check out the hamon on this guy. It's a gorgeous Choji hamon. Yeah. Live in Williamsburg, want to come see you. What's a good entry level one? If you're looking for basic cutting, the Moritaka Vortex. Excellent basic cutter. Can we see the Ghost Tsushima blade? We have two types. One is the T10 clay tempered, and the other is MN65. Let's see. Try to hold it so you can see the hamon. I'm not catching the light very well, but it does have a very interesting looking hamon to it. I am not getting good light, so it's very hard to see the hamon. Okay, you can kind of see it down in this corner when I'm getting a good reflection. But it does have a really pretty hamon. Let's see if I hold it over here, if you can see it. This is the one with the brass fittings, and then we have one with alloy fittings. The alloy fittings look a little bit more like the video game, but it has an MN65 blade. Any chance of getting Thorfinn's blade? I've never heard of it. Uchi katana is just a name for a katana. Uchi katana just means a blade for hitting with, and that's basically Uchi katana is a katana. We don't have any functional samurai champloo blades. We have one display blade that we got accidentally. No Vinland Saga, sorry about that. Have you ever practiced Ei Jitsu? Well, I practice Kenjutsu, which has Ei aspects in it. We love swords. Yeah, right? Half-breed samurai? I'm with you. And once again, our YouTube, I have a hard time seeing the screen. I need to do something about this new phone. I'm a blacksmith, not a bladesmith. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on forging katana out of 1976 Carmelo leaf springs? No idea. I'm really sorry about that. Do you have the Moritaka green dueling dragons? Green dueling dragons. Green dueling dragons. I can't think of dueling dragons. We have the dueling carp, the green dueling carp. The dueling dragons that we have from Moritaka is actually a gold scabbard, a gold saya, I think. So it is navy blue. I think this is it here. Yeah, I can't think of any other ones that would be that. You're my new best friend. Awesome. Thank you, Meliodas. Which is cooler in your opinion, the Ghost of Tsushima blade or Yamato? Yamato. I can tell how good a sword is with a wiggle. Note, if you're handling katana with white ito, wash or wear gloves when handling. Yes, we do have the DMC Yamato. The APOC 9260. Which APOC 9260? There are several different ones. 5160 steel. APOC 9260 spring steel. Yeah, APOC is an APOC 9260, but there are several of that. The APOC line is all of 9260 anodized black. Favorite sword in my possession? Well, here I'm going to go with the Cloud Hammer Mountain Sakura. I just love this one. This is W2 cable steel. Check out the Saka Hamon on this one. Plus the W2 cable steel. It just brings out a really cool color on the Hamon. The Ghost of Tsushima blade has a sick Hamon though. Yeah, it does. What makes the quality of these swords better than others from other stores? I mean, it really depends. Some of our swords aren't as good as some, and some of our swords are much better than others. It's really, it varies from product to product, place to place. Are these reproduction swords? They are, though we do have some authentic Nihonto. I want the Ninja Gaiden sword. Can't wait for the restock. Me either. We have one hanging around here. We lost it. It's somewhere in this place, but we can't find it. But we are getting some more. Tachi style, we have lots of Tachi. I love Tachi, they're my favorite. Dragon Slayer, Nichirin, Kimitsu no Yaiba, Tengen, Nichirin. We have these new Tengen Nichirin right over here. Like him, they are very flashy. Let's see if I can get it out. These are not on our website. I need to get Scott to put this on the website, and I'm not even sure how to get it back into its darn sheath. Anyway, they are crossed so you can wear them on your back. I haven't figured quite how to do anything with them just yet. Tachi style. Oh, right, Tachi over here. Right in front. All right. And once again, I am sorry, YouTube, I cannot see a thing. Is there such a thing as shark skin being used instead of ray skin? I have heard of it. There are many katanas made of 5160. Yes, my favorite is the Dragon King Spring Sakura. That thing cuts like a beast. I do not have the meteorite sword here. I have it at home. Show something authentic. It's kind of hard for me to get to it because it's in this display. It's in this display case over here. So those are the antique swords. If we were here with somebody else, I could do that. I'd get someone to go behind there and take it out. Roman sword behind me. I don't see any Roman swords behind me. Do you know the fighting style of Tenne Rishin? No, I do not. Can you show the Rurouni Kenshin reverse blade? The oldest blade in store here is about 500 years old. 490 to be exact, because it is dated to 1532. And then we have another one from about the same time, like a mid-late Muromachi period. So we have two swords that are about 500 years old. It's a Kouda. In my opinion, as far as holding value with modern reproduction, Uchi Katana, Paul Chen Hanwei are fair. I'm going to go with Motohara as holding better. Authentic Katana start at about $2,000 some dollars. Can anyone change color? Depends on the light. Do you have Sasaki sword? We do not. The other side of the room that you were standing in. There's so many swords here. I'm sorry. Yes, Big Papa, we have a few Koto Katana here. Do you have the RVA Katana Ame no Habakiri, one piece? Lightning blade. We have Zenitsu's blade, which is a lightning blade. Zenitsu's. All right, I'm going to try to. I am once again very sorry, TikTok, YouTube. I cannot see very well. The strongest katana and strangest katana. Not sure. Apoc cutlass. Apoc cutlass. I got to think about where that is. Ooh, bright in here, isn't it? Apoc cutlass. I thought it would be over here. I thought it was this one, but no, I think this is the Apoc gladius. I'm not sure where the Apoc cutlass is. It's somewhere around here. Scott moves things around, so I get confused as to where he puts things. So I'm sorry, I don't know where the Apoc cutlass is. I'm sorry about that. Tenen Rishin is a style that uses jujitsu like the style mixed with staff. Cool. How do you keep the white clean? We just tell people not to touch it. It does not stay clean. Thank you, Big Papa. Thanks for joining in. How is an authentic katana defined? Well, most people, let's just say this. A lot of people in the katana world are very snobbish. Let's go there. And some of them will say that only a Japanese sword made of tamahagane in Japan is a true katana. I think that, a Chinese style sword that's shaped like a katana and works like a katana and has fittings like it is still a katana, but that's, to each their own. Can we see the DMC3? We can definitely see the DMC3. People rarely ask about it. So when people ask, I am very happy to show it. People always ask for the DMC5. I wish I could work at RVA Katana. You know how many people say that? You can see the Hamon line a little bit better there. Since we're in this lighting, let me show you the DMC5, the Hamon. Hey, Scooby. DMC3 is super underrated. I like your stuff. When I get my money right again, I'm coming to buy your best sword. Awesome. Thank you, sir. I wasn't aware that was a controversial opinion. Man, there's tons of controversial opinions in swords. Like I'm in several katana groups on Facebook, and just the level of snobbery drives me nuts. There's this one guy, he saw some, I think it was some Demon Slayer swords that were being displayed. He's like, those belong in garbage. I'm like, what an asshole. I mean, just like, whatever makes someone happy. Swords are supposed to make you happy. And if you criticize someone else's sword, if you don't like someone else's sword, just don't say anything. That's my opinion. Do you have Jin Sakai's katana? I happen to be sitting right here. And let's see if we can get the Hamon. There, you can see the Hamon. It's a little dirty. Sorry about that. Lone Wolf and Cub, Dragon King. We can do that because we are right over here. I've gone 15 minutes past what I intended because people keep on asking questions. And once again, I have no problem showing swords. Lone Wolf and Cub has a kozuka, or kogatana actually. It has this cool ridge style, gorgeous blade. It's based on the dotonuki, which is like these really big buff blades from Higo, Japan. I actually just got a real dotonuki in, but it's actually a straight katana. Kind of one of my new prizes and joys. Do you have Ichigo's final form katana? I don't think so. Black Bull's Captain Sword? No. We are located in Richmond, Virginia. Pete Lopez. Favorite sword right now? Hard to say. It was on the racks in the main room. APOC Cutlass. Oh, you know what? APOC Cutlass. It's one of these guys. I'm staring at them right now. Maybe it's this one here. Maybe. Ooh, check out that tip. It's kind of like a Kogarasu style. I like that tip. Euro swords. I'm actually, staring at them right now. We have some over here, and then we have some on this rack over here. Do you guys have something like Nagakiba from Elden Ring? We do not. Right outside the door, but not on the wall. DMC5 is Okatana. DMC3 also same size. So we have a DMC5 Okatana from Cloudhammer Forge. DMC5 from other places and DMC3 are all standard 27.5. Someone keeps stealing my underwear controversy. You too, Half-Breed. Okay. Let's see. I was practicing with my katana on my old punching bag. What? That's not... Scooby, I don't have the meteor sword here. It's at home. Tesakia from Inuyasha, no. Oh, so let's see. Cutlass. APOC Cutlass. I think this is the APOC Katana right here. I don't really know my APOC line very well. Wasteland Gladius. Maybe this is the Cutlass, I don't know. Is this the Cutlass? How many Kogarasu swords do you have? None. We sold out of our Kogarasu. We are getting some really nice Kogarasu in future. We don't have the Dragon King Sea Wave in stock. Most expensive sword we have here is about $3,000. It's expensive because it's 500 years old and made by a very prestigious school. Do you have any katanas or nodachi that are handmade? And if so, what is the price, if you don't mind me asking? Dragon King Shi, we do have. Handmade, like, do you mean completely handmade, like someone hammering it? I doubt any of ours are like that. Dragon King Shi with the gold tooth. This one cuts like a beast. I did a 0 distance cut on a pool noodle with one of these guys. Do you plan any more Death Turtle katanas? Maybe. If this current one sells, I might do it, Ryan. I sent some pictures of my sword. Look forward. Yeah, okay, I'll look for that. Strongest sword we have is S5 Shock Steel. Phoenix Arms Sea Turtle. Yes, Ryan was just asking about it. He calls it the Death Turtle because Scott called it the Death Turtle when Ryan was visiting. I love this. I just love this design, especially since I designed it. A lot of people do not like the this type of habaki, but I think this habaki is perfect for the turtle sword. Check out the hamon on this guy. Pizza box, did I get the right one? I'm really sorry. I don't know my APOC very well. Luffy katana, we do not have it. It said sold out online for the turtle. Ryan, if that's the case, that's because I forgot to add one on, but it is available. Which means probably people have been looking for it and maybe someone tried to buy it, but it still showed as sold out. So I got to check on that. We do have straight swords, Chinese Gen over there, plus European straight swords over there, but no straight Japanese swords. I have one straight Japanese sword at home. You have a page. Yeah, RVAKatana.com. Ninja Gaiden, we are sold out of, but we are getting more. Can you show RVA Katana Tachihigo style Sanmai? Oh, that is a gorgeous sword. This is one of my favorites that we have. Let's see if I can set this thing up so it's still stable. So check out, I don't know how well you can see this on the camera. So this is the Higo style fitting. And so it has like metal running up the entire length here and here. And the blade is phenomenal. And I don't know how well you can see the detail in the blade, but this blade, there's just so much detail on the sword. It is just a gorgeous sword. Do you have any swords from Bleach? Yes, we do. We have the black and the white, Rukia and Aizen. Those are the 4 that we have from Bleach. All right, let's see. I love the great sword Japanese. We have 1. Thank you for showing your swords. Have a great night. Thank you, Matt. I am going to shut this baby down. So thanks for joining in. And maybe Scott will go live from here tomorrow. I might go live from home tomorrow. Cloud Crane. Cloud Crane, if it's what I think it is. See, I can't get out of here, can I? I think this is the Cloud Crane. We have 2 crane swords. I can't remember which one is which. This one has, if it's what I think it is, has an amazing hamon to it. Yeah. This is not the one I thought it was, but we have one with just an amazing hamon. Let's see, Elizabeth Riley, thanks for entering a question. I also have one more if you don't mind. I have a sword that has a Mei on it. Could I get it translated? I'm currently learning the katana. Send me a message, RVA Katana at gmail.com, and I can try to do it. Bird, somebody on my TikTok channel needed a rewrap, but I think he already left. Yamamoto. All right, now I'm trying to figure out where the other, that's not the cloud crane. Where is the cloud crane? Here is the cloud crane. This one has a very interesting orange kurigata, but I like the wrap. Love the tsuba. What's really cool about this one is the hamon. Check out the hamon on this guy. All right, and I think with that, we're gonna shut down. Thanks again, everybody. And once again, I am sorry, YouTube, I could barely see the screen. This is my first time using this phone, so I definitely need to figure out how to be able to see better on this particular phone. But yeah, I shall sign off. And yes, Elizabeth Riley, send me a message, rvakatana@gmail.com with pictures of the Mei, and I might be able to read it for you. Just because it has a signature doesn't mean it's authentic. Which is better, Cloud Crane or White Tiger? Cloud Crane has a better hamon on it. White Tiger, yeah, Cloud Crane is better, in my opinion. Aesthetically, I like the White Tiger better myself, but the Cloud Crane is a better sword if you look at just the pure statistics. Are you able to visually identify a sword's origin? Kind of. I'm not great at it. At least not with antique ones. Yes, we are in the USA. Thanks for shipping my 51 CRV Black Dragon. Oh, I just realized Shinabi Toys is Daryl. Yes, I shipped that today. All right, good night, everybody. And shutting down YouTube.